Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and it is time for a rant. We haven't had one in a while, have we? You know, I've been pretty good with making first impression videos and, you know, keeping to the content, like, you know, the Metroid Other M Let's Play that's been going on. And we've got some Hyrule Warriors for you today. Why? Well, it's sort of topical. In fact, Metroid Other M is a good topical portion to start off with. Now, for those who have watched that series, you know that I've probably not had as much of a fun time as I first did with that game. Now, let's talk about it. What is my channel? My channel is to give you guys critical game coverage. You've guys seen the trailer, most likely, if you've watched the channel. So, I do a couple of things, but of course I'm trying to make a career of this, and thus revenue comes from ads. Ads, you know, the whole ad block thing I can talk about for a little bit, but you know what, that's not the topic here. I make money based in the videos. Do I make a lot of money right now? No, not at all, but I do make money from the videos in question, not anything worth living on right now, even anywhere close. But, so that's my revenue stream at this point. Let's talk about Let's Plays, and let's talk about critical content. Because Nintendo recently, and I will put a description in the link below, put out a new policy regarding Let's Plays and specifically content created on YouTube. Now, it's always been a weird fine line with Let's Plays because Let's Plays, people claim fair use law. Let's Plays are sort of within that sort of not. A transformative work is protected by fair use, but it depends on how transformative you consider a Let's Play. The fact of the matter is, what you see on the screen was created by, you know, the people over at, I think, Team Ninja, yeah, and Nintendo. Let's not get that wrong. They created this game, and the stuff that I'm using to create this video is some content that they've created. Now, some would argue, and even myself would argue, that in the case of like Let's Plays, for example, the people who created the game do deserve some compensation for those videos. I may be in the minority of YouTubers on that one, but I do agree. The fact is that you are using the content in order to make content of your own. While I don't think it's a huge percentage that should be paid, not at all, I do think a percentage should be paid for the content that you're using. It'd be like using a software package in question, maybe, I'm not talking open source, I'm talking a legitimate software package to actually create your content. Now, Nintendo has come out with their new policy, basically stating that there is a beta list of games, and this is a beta program, that you will be able to partner with them for the content in question to be able to create the content. Now, Nintendo's always been in a situation where it's always been hazy with them, exactly what you can and can't. In addition, what videos get taken down and which ones don't. For games like, you know, one video like Super Mario Bros. 3 for one channel may not be taken down, but another one may be for a different reason. No one knows what's going on with them at any point. It's a little bit strange. Now, besides that, let's talk about what they've actually done here. So, you can partner with them on a video basis or a channel basis. For a video basis, they will allow you to keep 60% of the revenue, meaning that the content that you create, beyond YouTube's cut, first of all, and people don't realize that YouTube does take a cut of that ad revenue. Of course they do. They're giving you the channel in order to search for those videos and things like that. Makes sense. They take about a 40% cut, I believe, which is, oh no, 50% cut. So of the 50% you would have left, they want to take, 40 of it. Seems a little high for something that could be a very, very transformative work in the Let's Play. Let's put it this way. Game Grumps, Markiplier, some of those bigger guys out there. Are you watching it for the game they're playing, or are you watching it because of the personalities? Most of the time it's because of the personalities. Now, that changes on an impressions and, review basis, but even then you may have a favorite reviewer or, favorite first impression. Hopefully I'm in that discussion. I'm not being egotistical whatsoever. But so different situations there. So 40% seems like a really high cut to take at that point. Now, you can also be a channel partner. at that point. And then you will get 70%. There's a catch, though. You have to only do content that Nintendo has copyright on. So let's say if I wanted to play right now Team Fortress 2 on the channel. Well, can't if I was under that channel portion, because it's not owned by I'm sorry, not Valve. It's not owned by Nintendo, and thus you just can't. Again, seems really odd at this point. Nintendo and Japan in general, and I'm talking about Japan companies in general, are really behind the times in terms of YouTube, in my opinion. Sega is another one that's really behind the times, you know, trying to game the system in terms of coverage regarding like Shining Force. There was the whole Total Biscuit thing there, which to this day Sega has, or basically Total Biscuit has basically said, I'm not doing Sega stuff, I'm boycotting them. Which is, again, every right for him to do, and makes sense given the pain that he had to go through to try to make a video and almost shut down his channel because they decided to go after him for that footage. Now, there's a bigger problem, in my opinion. A bigger problem than the Let's Plays and the footage there? Yes, because the thing is, the way they word their portions of this is that it's any content. And I'm not talking just, you know, Let's Plays. I'm talking reviews and first impressions. And that's where fair use is more descriptive. Because the thing is that critical coverage, or coverage that benefits the consumer, is definitely covered by fair use law. And that's where Nintendo is gotta be, well, in my opinion, Nintendo is a dumbass right now for the decision they've made here. Because, let's put it this way. If I try to give the praises of Hyrule Warriors right now, well, not Hyrule Warriors, I'll get to that in a bit, for like, let's say Kid Icarus, the original Kid Icarus is on the list. I can't. Well, wait, hold on, I can become a partner of this, right? Well, hold on a second again. Let's talk about that. So, a review, a good review, for example. Let's say you are Total Biscuit, for example, and you cover their new game, the new Zelda that's coming out at the end of the year. You give it a good review. And that helps sales. Maybe some people were questioning the open world portion of it, and thus they were like, oh, Total Biscuit likes it. That's gotta be good then, right? I'll go get it. Again, I know he's a PC gamer. He does do Nintendo stuff from time to time, but yeah, I'm using this as a facetious example. But let's talk about the fact that the sharing of revenue for a critical review is going to the company that you're reviewing the game on. Oh, you see my problem here? You see the little bit of a teensy problem here? You're now getting in sort of bed with the people who you're creating content for in that case, and that is wrong. There is no situation in which that should be acceptable. If you're promoting content for them and you disclose it, then go right ahead. But if you're doing a review and disclosing that you have a partnership, no, there's absolutely no situation in which that is acceptable. I mean, the fact of the matter is you've already become biased at that point, because hell, you want the video to do well. Maybe you suit the video's needs compared to what will best do the revenue stream. On myself, for content like this, no, not at all. And the reason that being, there's no necessary portion for bias. The fact of the matter is that hopefully you guys look at a game critically from the footage that I give you, and thus you make a decision based on it. You may view the video based on it either way. It's an opinion piece at that point, and it's a critical analysis of the game. There's no reason for me to, be deceptive in terms of the revenue stream, or not the revenue stream, in terms of the coverage. There is no absolute reason. Morals aside, even morals aside, my morals would tell me no, fuck that kind of situation in which, that there's an influence like that. But morals aside, you see some of the problems that start to come up. Nintendo, what the hell is happening to you guys? I mean, you've made some good games. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Nintendo is the number one publisher in my mind right now. beyond Blizzard, beyond Sega, why did I use Sega of all people? Ubisoft, EA, Nintendo is the #1 producer of content that's quality on a regular basis. I mean, yeah, you can joke about the Wii U, but the Wii U kicked ass last year, alright? Of all the big games, of all the exclusives on the consoles, who did the best? Let's talk about Xbox One. I can think of Sunset Overdrive. I can think of Killer Instinct. I'm running out of ideas here. What about PS4? Well, Infamous Second Son. Okay, cool. PT, I suppose. That was a demo. Yeah, I'm having trouble with the other portions of it. What about Nintendo? Well, Hyrule Warriors, Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, Bravely Default. You know, I could go on and on with the video, with the good games they put out this year. Bayonetta 2 was produced for the Wii U as an exclusive. My game of the year. So that should give you some inkling that, you know, they know what, they published some great games. I know that Bayonetta 2 was made by Platinum Games, by the way, for those who are going to point that out. The fact is that Nintendo published it at that point, and that's a huge portion in terms of Nintendo's acceptance and publishing. They had their financial portions in the game. It wouldn't have been made on any other platform if Nintendo didn't get involved. Sorry, that means that they had a key portion of it. So they have all these YouTubers who are giving them wonderful coverage of their games for good reason. There are some great games that they've created, but they just don't realize that the effect that's having. I've already seen prominent YouTubers respond to the YouTube, you know, this new policy with, okay, I'm basically not going to cover any Nintendo games now. I saw Cinnamon Toast Ken questioning it. Jacksepticeye is basically, nope, not a chance in hell. And why would they? They have a chance to do any other content that they get 100% of the revenue on their content. Why would they? You see the problem here, Nintendo? Why would anybody want to cover your game and give you possibly new sales, by the way, in any sort of way? Oh, well, they can be a Nintendo partner and get 60%. What's 60 and 100? You know, and you know that seems a little bit off. But more so, why would I do that when it's not even a work that you can consider, or a work that's considered transformative? I would fight that. The fact of the matter is, I'm sort of sitting here wondering on my Metroid Other M series. That falls into the category of games that they put on there. Metroid Other M is on there, guys. And now I gotta sit there and go, huh. Well, they can claim the content. Now, do I fight it with fair use? Fair use